In this video, I want to talk about the top 3 things that get trombone players stuck, that keep them in the land of purgatory where they're not practicing to get better, they're just practicing to maintain things, where they're feeling frustrated and discouraged. So the top 3 things that cause this are, number 1, not going out of your comfort zone, playing it safe. Number 2, avoiding the low range and the extreme low range. And number 3, focusing too much on technique and not focusing on the music. So I'm going to unpack each one of these one by one. So first, let's talk about how we need to ask more of our embouchure and go way out of our comfort zone to get more for our practice routine. Our embouchure needs strength and efficiency. And the best way to get strength and efficiency is to ask more of your embouchure than you typically would and to go outside of your comfort zone. So like if this range represents everything we ever need to play in the trombone, first trombone, bass trombone, whatever, we should practice way out here. Ask more of our embouchure, even if it sounds bad, because that's going to give us a better workout, which is going to get us more strength and more efficiency faster. Let me show you what I mean. So we want strength, right? Don't just reach for the high range that you want. Reach past the high range and allow it to sound bad. That's how you're going to get more strength. You can do this a number of different ways. You can create your own ways. This is just one off the top of my head I'm going to think of, is like if I just go on each first position and I work my way up a B flat scale and I keep going as high as I can go. It's not going to sound great, but I'm going to get a good workout. So I have to allow myself to sound bad like this. I didn't get that high B flat. I kind of peaked out around F or G, but even just a few seconds of that, I felt myself. I can feel that my muscles were engaged, and I got to work out. I can do that 7 more times. Do it across all 7 positions. So, or start from all 7 positions. So A. Go to A flat. Down to 4th, D. This is just one example. You can make up your own. You could arpeggiate. You could just reach. But that was, what, 10 seconds of just breaking through scales? I already feel my chops like getting a warm-up. Like they feel like I've engaged my muscles. This is how you get more strength faster. So go beyond your comfort zone. Ask more of your embouchure. Allow it to sound bad. You're going to get more strength. You're going to get more for your embouchure while you do it. Bonus tip, if you've never double-tongued or doodle-tongued, add that to your exercise. So while you reach outside of your comfort zone, practice double-tonguing, practice doodle-tonguing. Even if you don't want to use those musically, even if you've never done it before, if you do it at the same time, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel weird. Double-tonguing might be like, it might feel really weird. Doodle-tonguing might be similar. It might make your mouth feel really weird. But that repetition, that consistently reaching past your comfort zone, you're going to get so much more of your embouchure than if you didn't do that. So people like to play it safe, even though they don't think they're playing it safe. Don't do exercises from method books for things that work within that range. Go beyond that range. You're going to get more results faster with less time. That's the first one. So the second one is making sure that you really unlock the low range. This is how we get more efficiency. And when I say low range, I don't just mean the B flat down to the E. And if you have a trigger, pretend everything that I'm saying, you don't have a trigger. So if you try these things, don't use the trigger, because that's going to ask more of your embouchure. It's going to challenge your embouchure more. That's what we want. That's how we get better results. So when I say low range, here's what I mean. We've got our sort of typical bottom partial, right? Keep going. So fake tones here. And the pedal tones. Keep going. That's the B flat, an octave below pedal B flat. There's really no point in going lower than that. And again, if you have a trigger, don't use the trigger. That's going to challenge your embouchure more. Getting those ranges, fake tones, pedal tones, double fake pedal tones, or sub pedal tones, whatever you want to call them, does so much for your embouchure. It makes your embouchure more balanced. It gets it more efficient. It translates across the entire range of the horn. The strength that you have is going to go farther. The efficiency that you have is going to go farther. The high range that you have is going to go farther. The endurance that you have is going to go farther. Your embouchure is going to work more efficiently. Just try that for like a week and just you're going to notice a difference. You don't have to take my word for it. Just try it, find out for yourself. Low range is huge, super helpful. That's the second thing most trombone players avoid. Don't avoid that. Don't be like that. Get those low range and that pedal tone, those pedal tones together. Third thing is that too many trombone players focus on technique when they play music. When we play music, it should be like talking. We should like think about this. If I was a storyteller, right? And if I focused, if while I was telling the story, I was preoccupied with making sure that my tongue was doing the right thing to say the words, that my vocal cords were doing the right thing, how do you think that story would translate? The person listening would probably think it's like the storyteller's distracted, right? They're not actually telling the story. Music should be the same way. When we play, if I want to play, I need to actually hear that and think that and play it while I do it. So many people are taught, well, you got to set up your embouchure like this. You got to put your tongue like this. You got to open your throat like this. You got to make sure your spine's like this. Your rib cage is like. There's so much stuff that gets you away from actually focusing on the music. When you actually want to play music, conceive of the sound as you do it. The trombone in our hands is a reflection of the trombone in our head. In the same way that a story comes from here, not my mouth or not from my chest or my voice, it comes from my brain, music's the same way. Play from here, lead from here. Stop focusing on technique. Commit yourself to singing everything that you play, conceiving, tromboning in your mind, singing, and the trombone will follow you. In the same way that when I talk, I'm not focusing on how I pronounce these words, I'm thinking of the words and they come out. If we've practiced and we've done practiced the way that I just told you about, then playing music this way is really helpful. It increases accuracy. It puts you more in connection with the music. It makes all the difference. It also helps enable fast playing. It helps you play more exposed and vulnerable parts more accurately. And again, don't take my word for it. Try this and see what happens for yourself if you actually don't focus on technique and focus on da 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 da. It's a game changer. And again, don't take my word for it. Connect with it for yourself. If you have any questions about this, go ahead and drop a comment in the comments below the thingy. I have a great free resource if you like this kind of stuff and you want to hear me go into more depth about the stuff that I'm talking about. There's a link below. Check that out. I've got some more other trombone content, but more importantly, don't get stuck in trombone purgatory. Use these concepts. Push yourself. Unlock the low range and focus on the music. No more focus on technique. And I hope you have the best trombone journey possible. I'm going to play you out. Thanks for checking it out.